So among all the 900 Pokemon designs, there are many good ones, many mediocre / average ones, and many bad ones as well. So that's why today I'm going to be listing all my least favorite Pokemon designs from all 8 of the generations, which I'm going to be referring to as gens from now on. Also, 2 out of the 4 vids on this channel are Pokemon related. This isn't a Pokemon channel, and the next video is probably going to be a rapper review or some other long form video. Starting off with Gen 1, we have Goldeen, and I don't like her design because it's literally just a fish with anime eyes. And yeah, you could say that Sea King has the worst design in Gen 1 because it's just literally a fish with no differing physical features from a regular fish, except for a horn. But personally, I like Sea King's more red, white, and black color scheme over Goldeen's more rugged, rusty red and white color scheme. And even as a kid, this Pokemon stuck out to me like a sore thumb. Gen 1 has this really weird and awesome design trope where the Pokemon actually look like Pokemon and not just animals and objects mashed together from our world. You know, when I see a Bulbasaur, I see a Bulbasaur, not just a frog and a plant put together. I see that as like a Pokemon. I see that as something that lives in the Pokemon world. But when I see a Goldeen, I'm just like, bro, that's a fish. That's a regular ass fish, and it's not really something that looks like it lives in the Pokemon world. The only things that make it look like bizarre and Pokemon-y, I guess, are its eyes and the horn. Even the most like basic Pokemon design in Gen 1, Duog, it's extremely white, so that's what makes it stand out to me. That's what makes it look like a freaking Pokemon. But yeah, Goldeen is just extremely bland and boring, and doesn't really look like it fits in the Pokemon world. It just looks like a fish. In Gen 2, the worst Pokemon design, in my opinion, is Typhlosion. Now, before you incinerate me in the comments, just let me explain why I don't like Gen 2's overall design theme. So I've lived long enough to see the transition in Pokemon design 3 times. And all 3 of those times, the Pokemon design themes and the detail has changed drastically. From Gen 5's more urban and object-oriented style to Gen 6's more French European look, into Gen 7's more tropical style, and back to a more European look in Gen 8. The reason I don't like Gen 2's overall design is because I don't feel like it changes all that much from Gen 1. Well, the first half of Gen 2's regional dex, because the second half of Johto's regional dex is amazing, and I think that's what Gen 2's overall theme should have looked like and been. Let me explain this in a little more detail. The Gen 1 Pokemon designs were simple, but not too simple to the point where they become boring. And the second half of Johto's Pokemon build on this concept amazingly, with Pokemon like Scizor, Houndoom, Blissey, and all the legendaries. And is it just me, or does the first half of Johto's Pokemon look really simple, even more simple than Gen 1? Also, not only do they look really basic, when you fully evolve them, they look fucking boring. And obviously you can counteract this by saying, well, Mr. Shaddix, of course the Pokemon in the first half of the game are gonna look like the low-level scrubs that they are, because they're nothing compared to the Pokemon in the second half of the game, you fucking retard. And yeah, I would say, okay, that makes sense, but let's compare this to Gen 1 and Gen 3. The low-level scrub Pokemon that you got in Gen 1 and Gen 3 look fucking badass and unique by the time you finish the game. But in Gen 2 we have, Sintret turns into Furret, Ladybug turns into Ledian, Spinark turns into Aridos, which is fucking dumb because it just looks like a spider. And when I said all the Pokemon in the first half of Johto are bland and boring, even when you fully evolve them, that includes the starters. This starter trio is without a doubt the worst one, even worse than Gen 5's. But at least Gen 5 has this one really cool middle evolution for, I forgot what it's called, Oshawott. But that same logic does not apply to this trio. This trio is just bland and way too simple. And I think Typhlosion is the worst offender to this. Not only is his design disappointing coming off of the last Fire-type starter, his design is just too simple to look like a Pokemon. And I know it sounds like hypocritical, but like, he doesn't look like a Pokemon, he looks like a fucking creature. Alright, let me explain this. There's a spectrum when it comes to Pokemon design and how it looks and how simple it is for me. Bulbasaur, as I said earlier, is a Pokemon that fits in the Pokemon world. That's something that I see as just a Pokemon, not something from our world that was just mashed together. But you look on like the right side of the spectrum, we have shit like Vanillite in the fucking trash bag Pokemon. That's literally just an ice cream in a trash bag. But then we look on the right side of the spectrum where it's just too simple. Like Typhlosion, he's so simple that I don't even see him as a Pokemon. I just see him as a thing. Also, without his flames on the back, he looks like a fucking hobo. Moving on. My least favorite Pokemon design in Gen 3 is Delcatty, and there isn't much to say here. I just don't like how basic it is, and the off-white and purple just doesn't mesh well with me. But on a side note, why do a bunch of Pokemon in Gen 3 look like disgusting things? Barbaroach looks like my limp d***, and Castform's chin looks like my fucking sack, and Shubba looks like my d*** mid-masturbation. It's disgusting, man. It really is. Okay, the worst Pokemon design in Gen 4, in my opinion, is Wormadam, because it literally just looks like a plant. Look, it even changes colors with the seasons and everything. And okay, I know it's supposed to be like a mothworm disguised as a plant, but I didn't even know that before I was making this video. So yeah, that's definitely a big problem. But looking at Gen 4's overall Pokemon design as a whole, overall it's pretty good. Most of the designs are just average and a little bit below average, but then there's Pokemon like Lucario, Garchomp, and Glaceon. It's Pokemon that just looks so awesome. Moving on to Gen 5, we have Sigilyph. Oh my god, Sigilyph. I think we can all agree that this is one of, if not the worst Pokemon design of all time. No competition. Before you say something like the friggin' ice cream cone or the trash bag are terrible designs, first of all, I have no problem with those. And second of all, really, I would take them over Sigilyph any day. And yes, I know it's supposed to be based off of like a Native American symbol thing, but like if I have to look up a Pokemon and I have no clue what it is, like Wormadam, I had to find and like kind of look up the Pokemon because I didn't know what it was, but I had some sort of idea, like it was a plant, but I had literally no clue what this was. And if you have to look up a Pokemon because you have no clue what it is, then that's a terrible problem. And remember that like spectrum that I was talking about? Sigilyph is not a part of that at all. He's not so simple to where he just looks like a creature, because what creature would look like this? He's nowhere near perfect, and he's not even like distinguishable to look like something from our world. Sigilyph just falls under the what the fuck category. Like I just don't know what this is, and I had literally no clue what it was before I was making this video. But whatever, it's a bad design. Moving on. Now the unfortunate Pokemon for Gen 6 is Dragalage, or whatever its name is. Ever since I got into Pokemon in like the 5th grade, I've always hated this Pokemon's design. It's just like, what is this? It's not as bad as Sigilyph because I can tell it's trying to be a dragon, but this just looks so dumb. And it's probably my personal least favorite Pokemon design. And you know what, I'm not even gonna split Gen 7 into a different section. Gen 7's worst Pokemon design, in my opinion, is Bruxish, or Bruxish. I don't know how to say it, but it's for the same reason that I hate Dragalage. It just looks so stupid. And I think there's always that really dumb Pokemon design in every generation, but some are more dumb than others, and these two are the most dumb. So yeah, that's why I hate both of them, and moving on to Gen 8.
Go Magikarp!
So what, in my opinion, is the dumbest design in Gen 8? Some say that Gen 8 has the worst Pokemon design in all 8 of the generations. And to be honest with you, I think that too. But what is the ultimate, worst, terrible, most terrible design in all of Pokemon? Well, I'll tell you. It's cum.